Your boy over here was up all night writing a novel to be published when his favorite FGO streamer decided to stream. Work is hard. I can imagine your work is pretty hard when you have clear grammatical and spelling errors in just what you typed right now. You might want to look over that. I hope you have an editor, because just given the way you've typed to me, it seems like you need one. How many magatamas am I at? I don't know, not a lot. Hey Phoenix Blade, thanks for watching those videos, man. Hope you enjoyed them. Do I ever feel burned out by FGO? No, not really. Though I will say, now that I've spent like the good part of the last 2.5 years on this, I will say that any period of time that I can go without having to grind FGO as hard as I did for the first year and a half or so, is greatly appreciated. That much I will say. Hey Musaki, welcome back. CE recommendation video 1. If I'm ever gonna make something like that, it's just straight up gonna be a which CEs to get to max level if you can. Like, the problem with making a video of like, you know, oh, here's how to use all the craft essences in game, is that there's no depth. Well, there is depth, but it's more with the servants and not the actual craft essence itself. Like, you know what they do. It's not like they do anything else. Like, the only depth to craft essences themselves are just, you know, oh, what do they do differently when you limit break them? That's literally it. And it's not like all of a sudden craft essences get like this new effect that they suddenly have just because you limit break them. No. It's basically, they just do the same thing, just better. So, when speaking about craft essences themselves, there's no depth to them. There is depth when you start talking about the servants themselves, and then how to, like, which craft essences to use, but even then, I'd argue that, you know, once you get the hang of how the game works, it's like, well, you can kind of figure out on your own, like, oh, I want to bring this craft essence, I want to bring that craft essence in order to help my servant do this better, or that better. It's like, once you learn the game enough, you get the hang of it, and you know how to play, it's like, well, you sort of teach yourself how to manage craft essences and what to use in what situation. Like, I don't need to teach you that. That just comes with playing the game. If I had to actually make a video on that, then that's kind of pathetic, to be straight up honest. Which is why I didn't make the what is it? The friend point video that I made like a month ago or so. The one that's got like fucking 70,000 views, because people are evidently pretty dumb when it comes to friend points. It's like, why did a video like that get 70,000 views in like a month? Are you telling me people really just turn their brains off and fucking burn their free FP rolls all day? Yikes. But eventually, I have no problem with making a video like that, because there are some things that people legitimately don't know about friend points and, you know, what you can do with them and whatnot. There is a little bit of depth to that, but craft essences, that just comes with playing the game. What rate up is next? Which rate up are you talking about? Like a servant rate up? if you're meaning a servant rate up, then did they already announce it? Osakabehime on Thursday. Maybe people want to watch the content for the memes. I would prefer that they watch it for the content first before the memes, like the actual content, not just me sounding like an angsty fucking 17-year-old emo in high school, still stuck in high school. I mean, if you're 17 years old, I would hope that you're in high school. Hey Derek, welcome back. People are gonna be stupid, it's a given. I keep telling myself that, I just keep forgetting. Your presentation is good. Like here's the thing. I know just talking about that FriendPoint video in particular. Like I know that the stuff that I talk about in that video, people have already talked about. As in, like, other people have already made videos talking about like craft essence bombs, how FriendPoint roles work, and so on and so forth. So you're telling me that a video that I made on that topic/topics plural, basically 2 years after the game came out, and probably a year after everyone else's videos came out on the same topics, my video is better than theirs. Is that what I'm getting at here? Because I really hope that's not the case. In that sense, then yeah, I agree with the guy from earlier in my YouTube chat that yeah, by that point I would kind of prefer it to be the other way around, where people are just watching a video because I'm just funny, or they think I'm funny because they think that listening to a you know, some random fucking mobile game whale complaining about how stupid people are on the internet is entertaining. I would hope that's the case. But that's just me. That video was actually kind of trending. Yeah, because most videos of mine don't all of a sudden get 70,000 views in like a month. Like I'm used to the average number of views that my videos get. It's like if they're just like random, if they're just like minor videos like Whales Log or like my roll highlights, then they'll get like maybe a couple thousand views, like whatever, right? Some of the Whales Log videos I know are a little bit more popular than others for whatever reason. Like I know some of them have well over 10K, which is great, just by Whales Log standards. And roll highlights are just like, well, you know, people watch and people don't. It's up to you. Typically, they don't go over 10,000 views though. There are a few, but those are rare. And then the how-to memes, which is pretty much my bread and butter at this point, those get like, I don't know, like a couple tens of thousands. It depends on which servant I'm talking about. It's got a lot of factors to it, obviously. But usually it's not 70,000 views in a month. That's an anomaly. I'll say that much. Speaking of trending, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but you guys have watched. How many of you guys in my chats watched the Zashu video, the Neurofest Challenge Quest video that I made last year with when I 3-turned it with a Gil, and then with the Gil setup, a Gil double waiver Shakespeare. How many of you guys watched that? For some reason, I don't know what happened, but that video, like I checked it, I just spent last night, like a few hours last night, just going through some of my old videos just for old time's sake, and then that video, I don't know how, but it blew the fuck up. Like a month ago, I swear seeing it like, I don't know, maybe around like 40,000 views, like anywhere from like 30 to 50,000 views, which is great, right? Just for any one of my videos, lifetime. And then during the past month, somehow it just fucking blew up. Now it has over 130,000. I don't know what happened. I noticed that there were quite a few Japanese comments on that video, so I have to assume that like maybe some I don't know, maybe it got like maybe it somehow found its way into the Japanese FGO Twitterverse, and then it kind of circulated that way. I don't know, but that video just like has hella views now. It's like I don't know how, and it happened like within the last month, I think. Don't know what's up with that. I mean, I guess that's cool, but. Trending in Japan, I guess. It just blows my mind that it got 100,000 views. You're big in Japan now. Calm down there. I'm not banking my hopes on that. And besides, to them I'm pretty much a gaijin, so it's like what the fuck do they care? What video? The video that I'm talking about is the Neurofest Challenge Quest, the 3-turn guild setup that I did from last year. I know it happens sometimes. It doesn't happen often. In fact, I don't even think any of my videos happen quite like that. Like, I know that the most popular videos on my channel are the ones where I talk about, well, not really talk about, but they're the how to min-max your account in FGO video, the how to use every 4-star, 5-star in the game videos. Like, those, just due to their nature, just get a lot of views naturally, and over time, especially the how to min-max your account an FGO video, like especially that, like I can understand that getting a lot of views like steadily over time. Like now it's like what, 220,000 or something, which is like the most amount of views I've ever gotten on any one video ever, which is great. But videos like that I understand, but I don't know, just a random Zashu video like that, all of a sudden just blowing up within like the last couple of weeks. Hey Yatagori, what's going on? Just farming chains, now you're crying? Why? You didn't farm Neurofest? No, these are just free quests. The reason why I'm farming magatamas now is because I really need to get started on this, actually. I should have started last week, or 2 weeks ago, once I was finished with the Shimosa main quest. But the reason why I'm farming magatamas now is because starting with Shimosa, which is a singularity, all of the essential materials that you'll see that the game will give us are ones that we won't get in lotteries. Even if DW was gonna be like oh hey guys, for when's JP's next lottery? Christmas lottery, for example, assuming because I think Guildfest has already passed. For like Christmas lottery, we're gonna include like magatamas now. But even if they do that this year for JP, it's still gonna be 2 years for us. And I'm not about to wait like fucking 2 years for a lottery that has like this particular material that came out 2 years ago, right? So I don't feel like doing that. That's what me and a lot of other whales are doing at the moment. We're either actively or passively farming for magatamas, because I think I've mentioned this before, but magatamas are the kind of the material where they like to front load it to you all at once, and then after a certain point, servants just kind of stop needing them. So once you farm a certain number, you're pretty much good for life, until like, you know, DW decides to like release another character or another servant that requires magatamas again. But yeah, at the very least, if that happens, it won't be as bad as the first time I farmed. People in Japanese seem to be saying the thumbnail got them to watch. Could be because of the anime airing. True. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah, that kind of makes sense because when did Babylonia start airing? Like a couple weeks ago? Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, I'm not surprised because that lines up with when Babylonia first started airing or was about to air. So, good point. I guess it was very lucky of me to put that that one GILF thumbnail with Enkidu in the background. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, must be because of the Babylonia anime. Which foreigner do you think is better overall, Hokusai or Abigail? Word on the street is that Hokusai is the better foreigner overall. That being said, Abigail is not bad either. I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. Abigail is a very free-to-play friendly servant. Like, if you're a free-to-play or if you're a casual, Abigail is a great servant to have. Don't remind me about steak hell. Yo, so one of the people on my friends list who's also a whale farmer, shoutouts to you RMS, is has his schedule perfectly mapped out where by the time Shimosa comes out, he'll have farmed all the magatamas he'll ever need to worry about. So once we get Salem, once Salem gets dropped on us, he'll be able to transition smoothly into steak farming. He's got the shit on lockdown, yo. When's the next Raiko raid up? Setsubun? Is it Setsubun? I would imagine Setsubun should have her on raid up, maybe. Because I know Berserker Kintoki is. I'd be kind of surprised if there was a Berserker Kintoki raid up and no Raiko raid up. Maybe there isn't actually. Because I just realized those are two 5-star Berserkers that aren't rated at the same time. Yeah, Zil, what's going on? What are the rates for this node? Apparently, the drop sheet says this is like 50%. It feels more like 20. Assuming I'm at the right node, which I think I am. Which I think I am. RMS, I'm at the right node, right? The Castletown node. I didn't misread the dropsheet node, did I? Raiko and Shu didn't get so many raiders. They might as well be fucking permanent servants. They fucking might as well be. You play JP? Nope. Only NA. Any tips for a free-to-play against Raiko and Shuta in first round? Take a really strong assassin. Take a really strong assassin and try to take taunt walls, I guess. Because I believe you're talking about the final battle against the swordmaster duel against those two, right? At the same time. I guess I would suggest, I don't know if this will work, but I would suggest, like, if you're having trouble with it, maybe bring like a George for taunting, and then because you have to use Musashi up in the front, maybe bring like maybe try to you know, get as much mileage as you can out of your support Musashi, and use her to try to kill Shuten first because she's a berserker, and once you do that, stack your backline with like maybe assassins, and then more supports and more taunt walls if you need them to deal with Ryder Raiko. What is this music? This is apparently this genre is called Kawaii Future Bass Future Bass. Here's the playlist. Hey, X0, what's going on? Yeah, you could also take Jack too, she's great. Why don't you play JP? Well, back when I first started, or the half year leading up to when I started on A, my friend was actually telling me about FGO, and he was like, "Yeah, you should." He was trying to get me to play JP, but I was like, "Nah, I don't really feel like it," because at the time my phone was really shitty, so I wasn't sure how well it'd be able to handle mobile games. Especially something like FGO, where my friend showed me how his phone reacted when he used King Hassan's NP or like Merlin's NP. I was like, ew, I don't think my phone can handle that if yours acts like that. So, and then I was a normie when it came to video games, where it's like, oh, I'm just a PC player. I only play games on PC. Herp, herp. And so when I actually started NAFGO and I actually decided to become serious about it, like, hey, I'll keep playing this and make it like a thing, you know, I was like, you know, obviously the thought came back to me like, oh, maybe if I'm gonna be so serious about this, like, maybe I should just play JP too, or just play JP instead. But then really quickly I was like, nah, I don't want to do that, because by this point I acquired Collector EX syndrome, and that means that on JP, by that point on JP, there were already servants that I literally would never get. So I was like, I think I'll just stick with JP. Nothing against JP. Like, don't take this the wrong way and be like, oh, this 2 guy hates fucking JP. I hate the fucking Western player base, not the game though. Especially those degens over in JP Gen on the Reddit Discord. But as for the game itself, you know, it's cool. Like, I try to follow JP news as closely as possible. For what it's worth, of course. Am I supposed to exist if a waiver can get tired? Well, better start learning how to use other supports then. Bro, saving SQ and JP is virtually impossible. Well, at least you get SQ. laughs in NA plebs. No, Numo, there's no servant like that. I don't quite hate any servant that much to like do something like physically do something about them with my account. Like, that's stupid. Like, I don't understand that. Like, it's literally a game. I have better things to do with my time and my energy. Oh shit, I probably need to take a picture of that. But I didn't realize I was gonna max level my Mystica right there. But yeah, I'm just finishing my thought from earlier. Like, I would rather spend my time and my energy, you know, focusing on other things that aren't hating on abstract anime characters. I don't know how to quite wrap my head around that. Gonna be honest. Can I ask you why you hate the NA community? Are we on the same page here? I said I hate the, I said I'm not a fan of the Western JP crowd, not NA. If I hated the NA community, why am I even here? I'm going to assume you asked the wrong thing, because that's not what I said whatsoever. Hey Angela, welcome back, man. I've been doing okay. Work sucks, but you know, when does it not? But other than that. Yeah, that's true, Kino. That's true. I'll do that soon. I'll try to rectify that next run. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I completely forgot that I had dinner cooking. If I didn't forget, I probably should have done this off stream, but whatever. That's alright. I can just hang out with chat and farm, I guess. Anyways, welcome back. Did I enjoy Shimosa? Yeah. It was dope. I liked it. Though, I must say, I must say, the whole, in case you guys haven't finished Shimosa, guys, you might want to mute the stream, because I'll probably be talking about spoilers, to put it bluntly. So, yeah, there's your warning. I will say, though, that what is it? Their fucking rituals being based on fucking Satan and Lucifer, that kind of cracked me up. Like, it just sounds so ridiculous. Like, how fucking edgy can you get that you're gonna make the antagonists of the story be like, in the name of Lucifer and Satan? Like, Jesus fuck, bro. Like, I didn't know Shimosa's writers fucking listened to like shit like Slipknot when they were in fucking high school. I thought that was an American thing. It was a joke. I think Doman just kind of thinks of it as a joke. I think that's what I got from it. If that's the case, then I agree with him. It's a fucking joke. I mean, I guess you can think of it as like I don't know, like a natural occurrence, I guess, given that fucking it was fucking the sorcerer ended turned out to be what was it? Amakusa. And then that Amakusa is a version of him who, you know, basically got fucked and wants his revenge and shit like that. And he just goes fucking psychotic by the end. But still. I can give you the playlist. Amakusa is Catholic, though. Jesuits are a sub-branch of Catholicism, unless I'm getting my my Catholic history incorrect. But I'm pretty sure the Jesuits. I don't remember. I don't quite remember the name for their like organization as a whole, but pretty sure Jesuits are Catholics. They're just a type of Catholics, or not really. No, I take that back. Not a type of Catholics. They're just an order of Catholics. Sorry, need to be specific. They're an order of Catholics. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they are Catholic. they are Catholic. By the way, I should probably change Mystic Code in my C's. Obviously, I won't be any of those anymore. Let's try switching over to this. Guess we could slap this on. faster. Can I slip in Columbus here? Yeah, I can. What happened to Kim? I'm eating dinner right now. I forgot that I had dinner cooking because I fucking forget everything nowadays. So I don't feel like putting you guys through the torture of having to watch some fucking idiot stuff his face while streaming. So. Yeah, Drascliff, I've heard that the newer JP Mets are a bitch and a half to farm. Hey, Aragon, welcome back, man. Same to you, Salos. I'm doing fine. Well, a bit. Work's been kicking my ass, but yeah. Are you just bond grinding Chacha? Not really. I am actually using her. I mean, I guess if you want to put it that way, then yeah, I am bond grinding all of these servants right now. Hey, thanks, Alec. Welcome. No, Saber. Just stocking up. I explained this before, but what I kind of want to do is I want to be able to farm all the magatamas that I need for all the servants in the game. Because not a lot of servants need magatamas. Magatamas, I guess starting with Shimosa, DW starts this trend where they start giving you, they start releasing these new materials with, like, you know, new singularities, right? And then when they do that, they like to front load a lot of that material with a lot of the servants that come out, like, with that singularity or with that new material, and then for a little bit afterwards. But after a little bit, just servants that come after that point in time just stop needing that particular new material. So if you go and look on the wiki and you look up how many servants need, like, magatamas, yeah, you'll still need to farm a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of servants who need them, and they're all, like, within, like, a very, like, tight time frame, like between now and then, like, maybe a couple months from now will be, like, most, if not all, of the servants, like, who really need a lot of magatamas, and afterwards, it's like, we pretty much don't need to worry about it anymore. Because in the future, obviously, we're gonna be dealing with newer mats stakes. So, ideally, what the whale farmer agenda should be, shoutouts to RMS again, I don't know if he's still here, but ideally, I would like to, like, farm all the magatamas that I would ever need for the game between now and then when sailing drops. I've been kind of slow on that, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I know a couple people are, or at least they're working towards it. So by the time sailing comes out, and, you know, stakes come out with it, they can transition, like, very smoothly from magatama farming straight into stake farming. Another reason why we're interested in doing something like that is because, like, magatamas, like, we're in the point in the game now where lotteries just don't feature new materials anymore. Like, the latest one that they ever feature is, like, fluids, and that's it. And that's what, Shinjuku? So at some point, you're gonna have to farm magatamas either way. Like, it's either gonna be through free quests or through events, so at some point. So, and there's never a lottery for it, so. Alright, be right back. I'm gonna put my go put my plate away, and I'll bring back the webcam. Alright, we're back. Hey Eddie, what's going on? Got visited by nurse when rolling for Tomo. Any tips? Go to your support and pick a support Merlin instead. Jokes aside, if you have volume and give it to her, she really needs it. No. She doesn't need it, but it helps a lot. Just use her as a very flimsy medic. And try to arch chain with her if possible. Her MP is pretty good. Hi, new to FGO. Started this here. Wanted to leave you a message. Thanks for the videos you've put to help new players like me enjoy or make the most out of FGO. Hey, no problem. That's why I make them, to help people. Also, why didn't my third card hit select? But, yeah. Thanks for watching, most importantly. I already saw your first comment, Aragon. But what's going on, man? You guy on Twitch, yeah. Who's your favorite male character, personality, or gameplay-wise? Gameplay-wise, Vlad. Berserker Vlad. Ooh, a triple. Oh, baby, a triple. I'm rolling for old men so they can NPR my wife who's oh god. You've been hanging out in Sad Panda way too long. Hey Kratos, welcome back. Yes, Deli. Yeah, Nuo. Yeah, Nuo. Agreed. One of the content updates that I want DW to implement is the ability for players to go back and play like old story battles, old story or event battles, like whenever they want. They'll never do that though, but it'd be cool if they did. No, I don't have a set schedule, Lord of Memes. It's literally whenever I feel like streaming. Or when I have a reason to stream. Yeah, I mean, we already know it's possible. The fact that they even bothered to bring back old anniversary challenge quests and previous event challenge quests just pretty much proves that, right? Unfortunately, it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure DW will never do that. And it's not even something like a you know. It's like nothing major either. It's like, we know you can do it, you just won't for one reason or another, but... Oh well, we'll see. What if they don't cost AP and don't drop anything? I mean, I don't care. Do something, put them in the game. That's all I care about. That being said, if anything like that happens, there will be no end to all the fucking you know, all the fucking setups on like Goetia. How the fuck do you even say his name anyway? On Goetia, on Tiamat, on literally anybody. There won't be any end to that, but. Not that that's much of a big deal. Hey, Bo, welcome back. Now we're gonna get a lot of stakes. Nope. Hasn't happened yet. I'm sure, that being said though, I'm sure there are event nodes, lotto event nodes, where, you know, you can farm for materials that aren't in lottery, they just drop from the nodes themselves, but none from the lottery itself, and none from the lottery itself. So, not much you can do there. And you got the new COD on release day. I already pre-ordered it. I played the beta too. So yeah, I'll be playing that shit. In fact, I'm probably gonna stream quite a bit this week, just so that I can just so I can farm as much magatama as I can before Modern Warfare drops, and I'll grind that out for, you know, God knows how long. Alright, Artemis, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Toa's gonna use the loot box? Hell no. I fucking hate loot boxes in COD. Like, I didn't mind them up until Black Ops 4. The shit in Black Ops 4, now that I have a problem with. Surprisingly, all the other shit that came out in the CODs before then, like, I didn't really have a problem with. I remember there being loot boxes in fucking Black Ops 3, but most of the shit that came out, and it came out as like you know, DLC loot box shit, was, you know, they weren't that good. Like, they were underpowered and shit. So there wasn't really much for me to complain about, because the base guns in the game were just straight up better, or just more effective. Black Ops 4 though, that's a different story. Fuck Black Ops 4. Fuck Treyarch. The first couple months of Black Ops 4 was the most fun, honestly, because obviously back then there were no fucking loot boxes. And I come back after like a couple months and find out there are fucking loot box only weapons that include a semi-auto sniper rifle that kills you in 2 shots and has no fucking fire cap and has no recoil. They nerfed that though, but to make it kill someone in 3 shots. But even still, you have a good enough trigger finger. That shouldn't matter. What else? They put out a submachine gun that's basically better than the best SMG in the game, just from the base weapons. Better fire rate, larger magazine size, faster reload, just straight up better in my opinion than over the SOG. So there was, if you had the Razor Blade, there was no reason to use the SOG. God, a lot of those fucking weapons are just, ugh. So, now that Treyarch's gone and fucking ruined that shit for me. Like, literally the only loot boxes I would have purchased, I would have bought from like COD, any COD game, was like maybe for zombies, because my friends and I used to, we don't really do this as much anymore, but we used to grind out the Black Ops zombies Easter eggs, right? So, with like starting with Black Ops 3, they give you like fucking loot boxes for zombies, which is fine. Like it's because it's fucking co-op. It's not like you're going up against anybody else, so it's not exactly PvP. So in that sense, like okay, whatever, fuck it. Just all it's gonna do is just help us, you know, do these Easter eggs better. So sure, why not, right? So those are the only reasons why I would ever like buy any loot box of any kind in a COD game. But for multiplayer, hell no. Fuck that shit. Like I might be a whale in one game, but me whaling in this game doesn't affect anybody else's games, you know? And if anything, it just helps people. It helps other people too if they happen to be on my friends list. It's never you know putting anybody else at a detriment. But you know with a PvP game, obviously if you put in fucking loot boxes, it will. So I have a huge just fundamental problem with that. Given that I've been on the receiving end of that kind of shit for God knows how long. COD streams? We'll see how much I stream COD. We'll see. Is Nexon dead yet? I don't think so, which is bad. Anime community is confused as fuck though. What, over the Babylonia anime? I mean, kinda to be expected. Yeah, Halloween 3 is dropping this week. MP. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe 2. We shall see. Hey, Nightmare, welcome back. Nah, Red, I'm pretty sure Dante still needs Super Scope. There is no difference between Mark II and Mark I, just appearance and style of voice acting. Yeah, he does, Lord of Memes. He streamed a lot during Neurofest, just like me. Yeah, word random blonde guy. If you don't want to deal with the two-year time gap, then better for you to just play JP by that point. Yes, Santi, within due time. Ace, welcome back. Not true, Luca. Tamalancer has one last raid coming up next summer. It'll be an independent banner, meaning that's not tied to an event. They just give it to us because reasons. Sorry. Alright, Angel. Good luck at university. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Ready for the Oki rolls? I need to restock is the first problem. I need to find time to do that soon. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a gift card to say. I already bought the ones on eBay. Would have been perfect if Costco had like their usual sale starting this week, but it usually starts on Sundays, so it's a bit too late for that now. How many rolls does it take to get a USO? The game starts giving you USOs once you get copies of an SSR server past the 5th one. So it entirely depends on your luck. Yeah, true, X0. And they'll probably do the $20 off again. They probably will. It's Black Friday after all. Why do people why do people buy gift cards? Because when you buy them at certain places, they give you discounts. So That way it's cheaper than buying them directly on through the game. It's more tedious, obviously, but, you know, hey, you're saving money, so... Popular place to buy gift cards. I go to my Costco's. They sell iTunes. They don't sell Google Play though, because Google Play rarely has any sales. It's a playlist. I don't know the exact song title. You're gonna have to look for it yourself, unfortunately. Metal Wolf, I replied to somebody's comment on the video talking about that, and it's probably the best thing she'll ever get. Yeah, and it would give her a chance to fix her biggest mistake or her biggest fault. So yeah, it'd be fine. But instead of only making somebody a saber face, it should also tag them with with a saber class as well. So like a buff to one of her skills where she can apply both saber face and saber class traits to an enemy for 3 turns. So that way she can at least capitalize on all of her stuff in her kit and not just one part of it. Like, that was the whole message that I was trying to get across in that MHX video. That the biggest fault with her is that she's a servant who literally can't access her biggest damage potential, which is really bad given the fact that we have other servants in the game like Arjuna Alter who exist, who can do that. And he's a fucking berserker. So that was the message I was trying to get across. So anything that can help her, you know, at least reach her full damage potential at least once is a good enough buff by me. Because obviously we're not gonna fucking change MH as a class. That's out of the question. Ron, go to the FGO wiki and you can search up materials and then see individual materials, and the wiki will tell you which servants need how many. Almost no one needs them. Yeah, it's not a lot of servants, which is why whale farmers like me are farming this like pretty seriously right now, between now and Salem, so that we can just get rid of magatamas and never have to worry about them ever. Because after a certain point, you just straight up don't need to worry about them anymore. Yeah, maybe in the future, Canal. Not now though. I'm already making the next 2 on Maven and Kualter. double magatama. That's what I like to see. Haven't started to degen this node yet. I think we have time. The rate here is good enough, and combined with the fact that like you don't really need a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Like I know you're not gonna go after you're not trying to go after like every single servant in the Gaming Zero, so you probably don't need as many as maybe like I do. But even me, like you know, trying to go after all the servants in the game, it's like you don't really need all that much. So. Like, if I spent like a week just like seriously degenning this node for Magatama, it's like I bet I could probably, you know, get a good chunk of it done. And remember that we've got shops coming up this year in events where they have Magatamas for sale too. Like maybe 30 at a time. Nah, these are silver mats technically, so they're probably gonna sell them for like 20 at a time. Last I heard, I think the count was 40 total for this year from event shops, so there's 40 right there. So, you can take your time with it for sure. It's just that some people in Farmville are trying to get Magatamas out of the way before Salem shows up, so they can just like I was saying before, they can just transition straight into stake farming once Salem gets released. Halloween 3 we'll have 20. Yeah, there's 20 right there. Not really super concerned. It's nothing to be too worried about. How hard is stake farming? I mean, we can look up the drop sheet. Let's see, stakes are, best node is Gallow Hill. What is the Gallow Hill? Gallow Hill is they're casters and not casters, sorry, berserkers and assassins. So first wave is all berserkers, second wave is 140k HP assassin with 2 berserkers, and third wave is a big assassin boss, the Elder Ghoul thing. 2 assassins and one berserker. So I would imagine you need some nuke casters for this. If you don't have strong AoE casters, I can see this being a bit of a pain in the ass. Because the Elder Ghoul on this node has almost 200,000 HP. So I suppose if you don't have like a fucking Da Vinci or somebody, this might be a pain in the ass. Might. Yeah, sure, Exo, go ahead. You can post your Discord in here anytime. Don't worry about it. Hey Chloe, welcome back. It's been a while. Why bond grind for Columbus instead of a higher rarity servant? Because my party cap or my party cost is capped. Casting your MP1 is fine. No, I don't think so. Not an MP1, no. Like, at MP1, I could see Castanero, like, maybe doing, like, 60k, 70k per target, but not 200k. You're gonna need a beefy fucking Castanero if you want to one-shot Wave 3 on Gallow Hill, in my, from what I can tell. Like, MP1 is just not gonna cut it, no, I don't care who you are. Voice is a bit low compared to the music. You should have told me earlier. I was even gonna ask chat how the music mixing was. Rip stream bod. But anyways, that should be better. Hopefully. Not even just MP2. I feel like for Gallow Hill, you're gonna need like you're gonna need something like MP4, MP5 even to get rid of 200k. Maybe I could see maybe MP3 doing it, but MP2 that sounds a little bit short. Is the stake note assassins? Yeah, it's a mix of berserkers and assassins. So you have to. So you're gonna. Ideally, you should bring casters. Like maybe you could bring like assassins, or no, sorry, berserkers, but. When do you think Halloween will start? Well, they already announced it's this Thursday, isn't it? Guild does more damage. Like if you're comparing like an MP5 Guild to like an MP1 Nero, maybe. Not quite sure how the math works out for that in particular. Yeah, ideally most people are probably just gonna double MP wave 3. Like just use Plugsu and double MP. That would be the easiest way. Instead of trying to one-shot wave 3 with like a single DPS. Like if you had like an MP5 caster or hell even a Da Vinci, then maybe depending on your buffs. But most people, hey, even I might have to double MP. Who knows? We'll see. Thanks to you, I started playing a month ago. Now I am one with the salt. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Oh, they didn't actually announce the day? Okay, they just announced it. My bad. I figured, because most of the time when they announce something, they also announce the date too. Habits die hard, I guess. Yeah, and all they say is just coming soon. So. I imagine they'll probably announce it formally on Monday, which is tomorrow. So lately they've been announcing stuff on Monday. So I mean, hell, they might even announce it in an hour. Who knows? Because before they started announcing shit on Monday, they used to do it on Sunday. This week for sure. Probably Thursday, yeah. I mean, I think some people even looked at the Shimosa gacha rotation to check if there was if it accounted for like maintenance time or whatever. I don't know what they found though. Maybe there is like a 3-hour window for one of the for the Wednesday Thursday rotation. Okay, there was a gap. Okay. which C's to level with 100% with the Lotto? You mean Lotto? You mean... Are you just asking which C's to get to level 100? Scopes, if you have any. Those are pretty important. I'll just pull up my CE list so I can, you know, have something to talk with, or talk about. Not really a Caro, I'm just trying to farm as many as I can. I should have done what Aramis did and started magatama farming like as soon as I was done with Shimosa main quest, but been busy with work and videos and stuff, so haven't had the opportunity to. But anyways, let's talk about craft edices. So yeah, scopes, obviously, scopes are important. Sumos, if you have sumos, which if you've been playing since last year, I think you have, Drascliff, you should probably get those to 100. If you have Limit Broken Miyu from the Prisma Ilia events, and from her banners, I know Ilia had a banner somewhat recently, like a month ago, so it's probably like 2 months by now. But if you have that, probably that, because that can help with the refunding when come like Scotty and shit, so that might be important. If you have Holy Night dinners, also get that to level 100 too. That'd be great. First Sunrise as well, you want to get that to level 100 too, in my opinion. Mainly because these are all just great damage Cs, and they're great farming Cs obviously too. Plus 50% chargers, so kind of a no-brainer in that respect. Partake is kind of niche. If you have Sunrise, then you don't really need Partake. But word on the street is that Partake does have a few niche uses where it does come in handy, like specifically with like Karna setups, because Karna has that weird 25% battery. So word on the street is that Partake can be useful if you wanna farm shit with like Karna and stuff, or somebody else, depending on like the event and the team and whatnot. I level 100. I maxed what's this? Let's see, Demonic Bodhisattva. You don't need to. It's very niche. I haven't even been able to use it once. I just kind of max all it just in case. There might be an issue. There might be a point in time where it'll come in handy. It hasn't happened yet, but for the most part, you can ignore Demonic Bodhisattva. Same with Preco. You don't need Preco max level. That's only because I degen arts themes so much that I was like, might as well fucking get these to max level because I know I'm going to be using them a lot. Oh, Black Grail. If you have Limit Broken Black Grail, go ahead and max that too. That's obviously very useful. You could also go for Max Victor too. That might be a good one because Buster means more. So yeah. That, and I maxed one of my formal crafts. I would say it's not a bad idea for you to max like either like formal craft or LZO or imaginary round, depending on like what's your favorite color buff. Mine happens to be art, so I just went with formal craft. You don't need to do all three in my opinion, because that's kind of overkill. Because typically you're only really gonna have like one color DPS in any single fight anyway. If you're using two, then that kind of gets confusing unless you're like just using double waver or some shit. Or you could, I suppose you could do like, you know, Tam waver. You could probably try swapping between, like you could probably start with an arts DPS and then anchor with a buster DPS. That could work, kind of. But you could do that. But for the most part, I think you only need like one formal craft or max formal craft or LZO or imaginary round. But you don't need like, you know, two or all three of them. God forbid. That being said, I'm probably gonna go make a max level formal craft and a max level LZO at some point. Not formal craft, I already have that. Imaginary round. Last recommendation actually is Art of Death. Actually, these Cs right here, Art of Death. Where are my limit broken ones? That here they are. The Art of Death Cs. This is probably like the best gameplay 4-star C, honestly. Which is apply 30% special attack against humanoid enemies. That's very useful in a lot of situations. Like, not only are a lot of enemies in the game humanoid, but basically every servant in the game is humanoid too, so it works against them. And it's 30% special attack damage, which is absurd. It has the same measure of damage buff as like a 5-star craft essence, like Full Craft or LZO. It's how insane it is. It's on a 4-star too. So it's cheaper. It's a permanent C, so you're gonna get it a lot if you roll gacha a lot, and it's still really strong. I guess the one downside is that because it only goes up to level 80, the max attack stat that you can get from it is a little bit lower, but it's still a really solid C. This is really good right here. Yeah, I will, X0. I'm probably gonna do it sometime this week if I don't forget like I always do. But yeah, thanks for the reminder. But yeah, the Art of Death C is if you're a free-to-play and you don't really have all these like whale-ass fucking 5-star craft instances that you see here, that you see me have, or you see other streamers or YouTubers watch, try to aim for like an Art of Death C and limit break that, and then get that to max level, because that's almost always it's like a golden sumo in the sense that it's almost always useful. Now that I think about it, it's insane they even made that craft essence. What the fuck? Hey, it's Finn. Welcome back, man. How's it going? What game is this? This game is called Fate Grand Order. It's an anime mobile game. I'm sure you've heard of that before. Yeah, I know, right, Dresscliff? It's like, I wonder how Art of Death wasn't a 5-star craft essence to begin with. But hey, better for us that it's not. Gotcha, games. How was your day? It was okay. Stream made it a little bit better though. Ooh, a shroud emote. Art of Death is really good for these rank up quests. Yeah, because a lot of the enemies there are humanoids, so free 30% boost, and it stacks with your pretty much any buff that you can give whoever's holding Art of Death. Because remember, chat, the anti-humanoid buff that Art of Death gives, it's a special attack mod. So most damage buffs that your servants have themselves on like skills and such are like attack buffs, color buffs, MP damage buffs. MP damage buffs are pretty rare to come by, and I believe they're on the same category. They're in the same category of buffs as special damage attack modifiers. I think. Could be wrong about that actually. It's been a while since I last saw that graph, but as long as it's not an MP damage buff, if it's just like a charisma or like a color buff, it stacks multiplicatively with the Art of Death's anti-humanoid, so it's even better that way. Support reset? I'm not too concerned about it. It's not really event time right now. No, but not a lot of people, my friends, is like actively fucking farming anything, so. So it's not really as important. Yeah, Jurassic, we already know that aerial drive is really good. Yeah. And it only gets better. Stacks with Nightingale. Nightingale is one of the few exceptions. Untraceable. Nightingale is one of the few exceptions, because her skill is literally Art of Death just in skill form. So if you give Art of Death to Nightingale, it only stacks additively, so it's not as effective, but you know. What am I farming here? Magatamas, the new Shimosa map, the little silver jewel thing. They farm too, Toho? I mean, not to any crazy extent. No. Again, this isn't an actual like event or anything. Yeah, Anu. Some 5-star practices that are in permanent gacha like K-Scope, LZO, Imaginary Around, Formal Craft, those never get rate ups. So you just gonna have to hold that. How good is Shuten at MP1? I mean, any servant at MP1 is kind of potato. There are a few exceptions, but given that Shuten is an assassin and she has an arts AoE MP, I would imagine at only MP1 she'll feel like a kind of a potato. But I mean, if her damage is what you're worrying about, just give her an arts buff somewhere. Me talking about how good Art of Death is on human enemies. Next quest, Tentacle Boys. Well, I mean, seeing that your name is Chloe, I would think that that's not really bad news to you. Alright, Athorn, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, man. Stay safe. Stop it! Get some help. Cease. Cease. Stop it. Get some help. Is it weird for you for free to play? Yeah, free to play to have 12 SSRs? No, not really. It's you're just very lucky. You're just very lucky. There's nothing weird about it. I mean, it depends on the context, though, right? If you've only been playing for like 3 months and you already have 12 SSRs, that's kind of weird. But you know, if you've been playing for quite a long time and then you've been rolling like consistently, and then you ended up with 12 SSRs, and yeah, it's not weird. You just got very lucky. But weird, I don't know. Not to me anyway. I'm sure some people will disagree with me though. If you're a Madman story banner, stop it. Get some help. Stop. I guess I didn't buff somewhere. Did I forget? I bet I forgot to use Rin's first skill. Oh, I must have used Rin's third skill on an incorrect turn. Oh, no, not really. It's because I forgot to use Mana Burst. Eh. If you had the chance to fix MHX, what would you do? Change your class to Archer. Yeah, Drascliff, it's really strange. Arjuna alters fucking buffs are. They're just oof. Yeah, exactly though. Dito would never change a fucking class of an already existing servant. Yeah, he'll never do that. We already talked about this earlier, Metal Wolf. You mentioned it yourself that if the realistic way of fixing MHXA, or not MHXA, MHX is to give her a buff to one of her skills, or maybe even to her MP. Where actually no, they can't buff her MP because it's already buffed. So they would have to buff, like, I don't know, her third skill. Yeah, it would have to be her third skill because MHX has gotten so many buffs that her first skill is buffed, her second skill is buffed, and her MP is buffed. So the only thing that they need to do now, thanks for the raid by the way, Ventos, hope your stream was good today. The only thing they need to do now is buff her third skill because her third skill hasn't been buffed yet, where they give her the ability to force trigger or to force tag one enemy with Saberface and Saber class tags. I don't see why they can't do that, because those are just like traits / attributes or whatever they are. Like if servants if fucking Moriarty can force people to become evil for one turn so that he can use his evil charisma on them, and if Gawain can force trigger his own sunlit battlefield condition, then I don't see why MHX can't be like, oh hey look, you're a Saberface and you're a Saber class for 3 turns. Haha. Haha. And honestly, that would be hilarious to do, because if she can turn one enemy into a Saber class for 3 turns, like force them to be Saber class, that means that she has insane synergy with archers. Because that would mean that archers also have class advantage against them too. Which would be hilarious. So what you could do, that would be like the perfect buff, honestly. Because then that means that you could get, if you have MHX's Bond C, you could just give her that, and then suddenly everybody on your team has like massive fucking damage against that one target for 3 turns. And it'd be hilarious. Go away and use Sunny Day. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done that sooner, Dr. Cherno. How isn't that a thing yet? To give you a good, you don't need a strengthening. You're one of the best wall pairs in the game as is. Why do you need a buff? Why do you need a buff when people like Casterliz exist? Saberface beam. I mean, if I had the buff Chloe, honestly, it would just make your projection magecraft last for 3 turns instead of 1. Oh, finally, a fucking magatama after God knows how long. want a baby Ilya 24/7? I mean, you don't need to. Do you prefer the sillier events or some of the more serious events, or is your event preference based solely on entirely on lottery history and farmability? Honestly, the latter, on like boxes and like what I can farm. Like honestly, that's what I'm more concerned about. Like I'm a very at my core, I'm a very like pragmatic guy. I look at things like what I can get from them, So like, because especially in FGO, it's like if it's a silly event, then like yeah, it's enjoyable, but it doesn't really affect me or my farming in any way if the story is like goofy or silly or whatever. So I don't really care, right? But once you tell me that a lottery has this really valuable material, now you got my attention. Camera's over this way. Now you got my attention. But yeah. But yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy events for what they are, even if they are some of the sillier ones. Like, reading through the stories is fun and all, but, given what I am and given what my reputation is and what I usually do on stream, it's like, well, if the event doesn't really have anything for me to farm, then... Oh, that is not the turn to use that. Almost caught myself there. Excuse me. Who would you like to see get buffed? I was gonna say Media Lily, but technically they did buff her. But I don't know how useful that buff is, where she gives somebody buff removal resistance for one turn or whatever. And I was told that buff removal resistance doesn't stop servants from removing their own buffs, which blows. So fucking stupid. Technically, Media Lily already did get a buff, so I can't really say that. I can't really say her anymore. Consort U. I mean, that's what I was thinking, Drascliff. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. But I was told that it still doesn't work. Like if it's buff removal resistance only applies when an enemy is trying to get rid of your buffs. If it's a servant removing their own buffs because of like an effect in their kit, like as part of the MP or like a skill or whatever, it doesn't work apparently. At least that's what I've been told. I don't know if I was fed wrong information, but that's what I was told. It's not consistent. Really, it's not? What's going on there? If you could marry in an event, though, what would it be? Lottery. Kidding me? Why would it be anything else? Because it's not consistent. Media Lily does prevent it. It works with Consort U, but it doesn't work with Salome. Do you pronounce it Salome or Salome? I'll just call her Salome till someone corrects me. But it doesn't work with Salome. I guess it means that Salome has something in her kit. For her it specifically says like, oh, it can't be removed or it can't be prevented. Let me see here. Removes blah 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 blah, regeneration debuff. Okay, it doesn't prevent that. Again, another example of why I think debuffs that count as buffs are the worst fucking idea DDev has ever had for this game. Ugh. The game's already complicated enough as it is. Who am I kidding? It can get even worse. To Who Fest Lottery, what are the 3 or 4 event items to farm? Magatama would probably be one of them. It would make sense. Is a little loud, okay. I keep forgetting that my OBS volume mixer has my PC volume a little bit higher than usual. If you had to remove one servant, which servant would it be? MHX. If we're only talking about 5 stars, of course. Sorry, I wear clothes. I had to do it. Alright, Oscar. Thanks for stopping by, man. Have a good night. Yeah, Spirit Roots. It would also make sense in an event called Toho Fest, so... Yeah. Magatamas, Spirit Roots... Shells... And let's see, one more, because you said 4. I guess the 4... No, I don't need groups anymore. So like Magatamas, Shells, Roots, and I guess... I wouldn't say Homunculus Babies, because in about 2 months that won't be an issue. Insert any future material here. I don't know. Only SSR assassin. Don't take her away from me. Okay, my bad. My bad. Okay, I'll back off. MP damage up on a non-damage MP, at least make it targetable. Nuvo, you do realize that Saber Gills' tactics is a party buff, right? It's not just a self buff. It's just that it's entirely useless on himself. That's it. That's all. Realistically, though, would 2 Fest be 3 turnable with event Cs? I mean, if I could design a farming event my way, yeah, of course, you would be able to 3 turn it with anything, Captain. Without reverse dragon skills, I don't really need those anymore. No bones in your event? You know how frequent how frequently bones show up in lotteries? Jesus. Like, I know I was in Bone Hell myself, like maybe a few months ago before Neurofest, but no, that's not really an issue anymore. And hell, Da Vinci Lotto is gonna have bones again, so I don't need to put bones in my event when all these other lottery events already have bones. What would be a good buff for Ushi? I mean, she's already had... They already gave her mad buffs. They gave her an upgraded MP, they gave her her own quick buff, she has a charisma. I mean, I guess they could buff her charisma, so it's an actual 20% charisma, not like charisma C plus or whatever the fuck she has. And that's what, like, it only goes up to like 16% for C plus, or maybe 15. Yeah, I would rather see her get an animation update first before a fucking skill buff. She's already got enough of those. But if it had to be a skill buff, then yeah, naturally it would buff like a charisma or something. Not far off from Kintoki Rider. Yeah, I'm not really, no. I mean, Kintoki Rider is still better, but Ushi's not too far behind. When's the Da Vinci event? End of next January. Lotteries are the SSRs of events. Yeah. But after a certain point, lotteries just become eh. Even for me. Because once we get I guess Christmas not this year, but Christmas next year. New Christmas next year. But at that point, lotteries just start becoming like pretty puke. Like make her charisma decrease any defense while increasing her attack. Decrease defense. Actually, I was thinking of Anastasia, whose charisma decreases enemy attack, as well as increasing her own and her party's, but that's not exactly the same as decreasing everyone's defenses. I mean, maybe that'd be really strong, actually, because you're basically increasing your damage by more than just 20% if that's the case. One servant that has card hit buffs? Do you mean like a servant who can increase their number of hit counts per card? We already have that. Musashi has that. That's her first skill, and she's one of the only servants in the game to have it. It's probably one of the best self-buff skills in the game, honestly. But yeah, Musashi has that, both as a berserker and as a saber, I think. Just on a berserker form, I think it's only for our art stars, I think. I love Cha-Cha's MP. Feather Hell again? Oof. Wonder when the next big feather degen node is. 50% MP gain. Yeah, it's also on her arts cards, I think, too, right? So her arts card or cards, I don't know how many she has, are gonna be fucking insane if that happens. Yeah, Anu, you're kind of fucked now. Until DW announces implements a way for you to get past welfares that you can no longer get because their events will never get rerun, you're just gonna be stuck without Kintoki Rider, unless you have somebody on your friends list who happens to have him on their rider slot. But that's the closest you're gonna ever get to having your own Kintoki at that point. I mean, that would make sense, Setsuna. Given that we have alter egos who do that to all the cavalry classes, you would think that there would be something like that for all the knight classes, but I guess we don't have that yet. I mean, technically, wouldn't that technically be the beast class? Because that's how it is for against Goetia, right? I think. Yeah, isn't that technically the beast class? Beast classes do what? Or is it? I don't know. Fuck. All I know is that night classes do less damage to beast classes. I guess that's not quite the same then. It's not quite the same. What does Foreigner do then, other than alter ego damage? Alter ego damage. They're weak. Foreigners are weak against alter egos, my man. I mean, White Fury, DW always says these kinds of things, but they also said that they would try to they were going to overhaul the animations for all the old servants in the game at some point, which they have to a small degree, but still got a long way to go on that. So DW says these things. We'll see if they actually do them. Yeah, I guess baby steps, yeah. All maps? You mean like event maps and like free quest maps? You're not gonna find something like that. You're just gonna have to find them individually. Like if you want to know mat drops for like a free quest, you're gonna have to look that up on the wiki. If you want to know like mat drops for like event nodes, then you're gonna have to look those up too, or just wait for somebody to make an infographic on that. Fuck. 3 saber gems. Is Cha-Cha actually good? Well, for farming, yes. Yeah, for wave 1 clears, yeah. She turned a planet into a fucking arrow? Yeah, it's Etchtar. She uses the power of Venus to fucking blast people. What's a good 5-star coming to NA in 2020? Scotty. I mean, what? They'll ever replace more just instinct? Maybe at some point. We shall see. He's talking about this C right here. How many living broken schools of Chaldea do you have already? Like 4. I think I did have 5, but I think I unknowingly, unwittingly burned one for like CEXP or something. It's not that big of a deal though, because I'm pretty sure Shop has a lot of those anyway. Like, I think Shop for a rerun has 5 schools of Chaldea that you can get right off the rip. If that's the case, then I literally don't need to worry about it much. Most of these degenerates are rolling for trick or treat, or trick or treatment. I mean, yeah, that's how it was for DB last year. How many subs a degen like you should get to roll into Story Gacha? 0. I don't want to go into Story Gacha for no reason. I mean, there is no reason for me to do story. Not anymore. The fuck? I don't care if you give me 1,000 subs. I'm not gonna do it. Third ascension because you're a fucking degen? That's completely normal. What makes you a degen is if you keep Kama on her first ascension. Do I secretly watch anime on stream? No. I don't even watch anime off stream. Twitch shares into lollies. Funny. My YouTube chat is more like that, but He shoots lasers from his hands and is pretty fast at moving when he's attacking. What part of that is basic? No, I agree with Dr. Trino, random blonde guy, because it's not what his animations look like that he's referring to as basic. It's the style of his attacks. It's because if you think about it, um, Dante's Buster animations have, if you use like a Edmund Buster back to back, right? His first Buster attack will have him jump into the air and shoot fucking laser beams at people, right? That's what every OG servant does with their original animations. They jump into the air to attack their target on their first Buster card, and then for Dante's, on a second Buster card, back to back. On a second one, he'll stay on the ground and then shoot laser beams that way. That's very similar to that's actually really similar to how Amakusa's back-to-back Buster cards also operate. Amakusa jumps up into the air, fires off some fucking ki blast or some shit, like he's some fucking Dragon Ball Z character. And then his second Buster card, if you put them back to back, he stays on the ground, then blasts them again. So Dante's and Amakusa came out during like the same time, like during like a very short time period. So it's very understandable that they have like these basic ass animations. They just look different because they wanna hide the fact that they're not very, creative with how they depict servants attacking. But if we're talking about like animation, or not even an animation, that's not quite accurate. But if we want to talk about like attacking styles, that's what we mean. Like animation-wise, yeah, it looks like way different than other like the OG servants who just jump in the air and then just stab somebody. But that's not what we're referring to. Because if you look at a lot of servants who came after the initial batch of OG servants, Ska is another example. You'll notice that a lot of those servants share like the same style of animation of what they're essentially doing, jumping up into the air and then attacking, and then the second Buster card they stay on the ground and then attack, stuff like that. Like the arts cards and then their quick cards are a little bit. Actually, even their arts cards are all similar. Like Skaha, Amakusa, and Dante's, their arts cards are all very similar because they all involve them going up to their enemy, to their target, and then like hitting them a couple times. Like Skaha does that with her lance. Dante's does that with his fucking plasma laser hands. And then Amakusa does that with his katana. And they're all like, Dante's and Amakusa are both 2 hits. Skaha is like 4. So Skaha's a little bit different in that sense. But like style-wise, they're all the same. That's what we're referring to. Karno was completely changed. What do you mean by that? We're not talking about new animations here. We're talking about old animations and how they looked. You mean like Tama's animation update? What do you mean? How much you hate Arash's and Uriel's the extra attack when they jump into the air for the final hit? Most unique animation so far? Edmund does grabby hands if you do ABB. Yeah. It's pretty funny. Speaking of attack animations, you've always wondered why MHXA has a specific attack animation on her Buster 3, only when she gets that. At least her Buster 2 and Buster 3 and a Brave Chain. Because those are, if you, there's another FGO streamer by the name of Honako. He refers to them as BM combos. Because those are animations that you'll almost never see for under any ideal circumstance. You only do those because you have nothing better to do and you don't care what happens afterwards. Those are what he and I like to call BM combos. Like, you'll never see them in any ideal circumstance, and you'll pretty much only ever see them if you're intentionally just goofing off or you literally don't give a shit. Quite a few servants have that, actually. A BM combo. MHXA is one of them. Iskander's also another one of them. After he gets his new animations. Tama Lancer has one of them too. Because her BM combo is where she, on her second Buster card, she actually, it's not really a... I know you can trigger this animation differently. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, but I think one of her BM combos is where her second Buster card, she jumps up into the air on a close hit of any kind. If you put a Buster card after that, I believe she just jumps straight up into the air over her target and just slams down on their head with the bottom of her parasol. I think that's her BM combo. I think she can actually trigger it. I think she can actually use it in a different way though. But yeah, those are what we like to call BM combos. Because, again, you're never going to see them normally. And they're just there because... Just because. Does Lartoria have one? I don't know. I don't think so. Like, even Lartoria's animations are pretty basic if you really think about it. She hasn't gotten an animation update yet, I don't think. I'm farming for magatamas right now in Shimosa. Okay, so she does have a BM combo, right? I've never actually used the ABB or QBB myself either, so. And Lartoria is like around the start when DW starts putting in BM combos into the game. I think. Starting with like Camelot or sometime like that. Are we getting Merlin's animation update soon? Bitch, do you think we're at JP? No, but seriously, we're not gonna get it anytime soon. We're gonna wait. We're waiting for at least 2 years, unless DW or Aniplex feels generous and they give them to us early for whatever reason, which probably won't happen. So, 2-year wait is the safe bet. Data update. I wonder what this is for. Why would they even give it to us early? We've had one instance where they've given us animation updates early. Actually, no. 2. We have 2 instances where it may we've gotten animation updates early. The first instance was 2 New Year's ago. So not this year's New Year's, back last January, but the year before. So New Year's 2018. That's when they gave us the Fate Stay Night Services animations early, with the exception of Cursed Arm, because Cursed Arm's animation hadn't come out by that point. I don't think so anyway. Or even if they did, it was like very recent. So they gave us Ku's animations early, the Ku, just regular Ku, FSN Ku, that is. They gave us Media's animations early. They gave us Medusa's animations early, and they gave us what was the last one again? I know there's. They gave us 4. I know that for a fact. Salter, that's right, Salter. Probably as part of like a Heaven's Feel thing from way back when. But yeah, they gave us those early. And the second instance of them giving us animations early was with Summer 2 event, where they gave us Maeve's animations early. We weren't supposed to get Maeve's new animations this early, because it came out in JP after their own Summer 2 event. I know that for sure. But we got it early. So animations are kind of like that gray area where we don't know if we're gonna get it, or we're gonna get some for some servants early or not. Like I guess DW and Aniplex are like, we'll give them updated animations if it makes sense for us to give them there or whatever. But I mean, I might say that, and at some point we're gonna be like, oh, they should give us this one early because it kind of makes sense, right? And DW's like, yeah, nope. So I don't know. Animations are like the one quality of life where it can kind of go either way, honestly. So it's like we can get them early, we might not get them early, who knows. Banner oh, okay, banner update. That's right, because people want to go for Raikou solos. That's right. May was Valentine's with Semiramis. Yeah, exactly. So definitely we got Maeve's animation update like fucking 7 or 8 months early. So there's that. Bronze apples, you never use them? I mean, not really, no. I'll use them when, like, you know, I'm farming, obviously, but I haven't really been farming that much. Alright, good night, Kevin. Thanks for stopping by, man. New Halloween announced. Did they update like the information on it? Because we already knew about Halloween 3. They've already like technically announced it. They just didn't give us a date yet. Did they come out with like a solid date? Description is out. Okay. Yeah, I figured they would give us some news about it tonight, given that they fucking announced it and all. So. Danzo, Yagi, and Raikou. Damn. Hell of a roll. Congrats, man. Alright, Airkim. Yeah, if you're falling asleep, you should grab some sleep. But yeah, thanks. If you're heading off to bed, I'll just say in advance. Have a good night, and we'll see you hopefully next time. Is Fino rolling for Raikou? Oof. The salt. I want to check this out. let's see how much of a luck sack he is tonight. Which mecha Liz would you get first? I don't know. Like, I kind of want both of them. I really want both of them, to be honest. Like, Mark, initially I was going after, I was going to go for Mark II first, because she's Liz, except she's very serious, and you know, typically when it comes to like anime character archetypes, you know, you always have those like those goofy characters, you know, who just kind of do their own thing, right? Liz is one of them, but then Mark II is basically Liz, except if she were actually serious, and then, you know, isn't such a dumbass. Which I like Liz plenty just by herself, just normally, but seeing somebody who's Liz, except basically, you know, very serious is a nice change of pace. But then I kind of also want Mark I too, because, you know, because it is Liz. It's just Liz, except just as a robot. So. Too early to sleep now. Oh, okay. I'll do my best to entertain you for the time being. Oof, double saber gems. She's just a good girl, yeah. Last YOLO ticket, wish you luck. Alright, good luck. May Fluffy Tail bless your rolls. Bless. Bless. Did I see that right? Over 2,000 bronze apples? Yes, you did see that right. Currently, I think I'm sitting on like 2,800, 2,900? I forget. Probably 2,800, honestly. Kind of like Kentucky being a good boy too. There ain't St. Quartz, no Raiko, no Shuton. Rolled both times, had saved up for both banners, missed both. Oof. It's okay though. You have another chance with Setsubun. Though it is, Setsubun is actually gonna be coming up pretty soon, so I don't know how much quartz you can save up between now and then. But you do have at least another chance. I know Raiko is gonna return on Setsubun. I don't know about Shuten. Maybe Shuten does too. Vino's gonna spend his wallet, it's fine. He's gonna spend his wallet. It's time. It's time to hire the services of our eternal servant. Mark 1 is a responsible, good girl who cares about people. Mark 2, feudal, but I'm pretty sure Mark 2 kind of softens up towards the end, or at least you know with you if you have her as a servant, like Bond 5 wise. I think, could be wrong, but if you put it that way, Mark 1. I mean, that's up to you, Fate. That is up to you. If you want to roll for more, if you want to keep rolling for Raiko, then that's fine. What Dr. Cherno said, movie dude. He has to get out of Argartha first. You forgot Carmilla gets in an update? Yeah, she does. Wallet Kun only comes up for GSSR, yes. You know, and Agartha. Yeah, EOR is a little bit different where it can be done in any order. Damn, Magatama farming is going to be a lot more tedious than I thought it would be. How the hell did I manage to farm, like, 25 of these things? Which of your servants needs them? Currently, I'm gathering Magatamas for, what was it, Chiome, because that's her only limiting material. I have everything else for her. So once I get, I think I just need 5 more for her. Yeah, I only need 5 more for her, and then I can get her straight to levels 999. So I'll give her the Magatamas first. QP Hell is real, change your mind. Lottery events can do that, but... Well, I say that, but, you know. Cupid Hell isn't real, it can't hurt you. FGO be like, I'm about to end this man's whole career. Does Halloween 3 have a lottery? Nope. We've never had a lottery event that's been a lottery before. Nah, it's not just you, White Fury. It's not just you. I think shell farming has been more consistent than this. Magatama farming has been like only like 20%. I don't know how the hell the drop sheet says this is 50%. Sure doesn't seem like it to me. Like I'm pretty sure this is the node that that I should be farming, right? Castletown? I really hope it's the case. Because the drop sheet says it did say Castletown. Unless I fucking read the fucking drop sheet wrong. Magatama, no, it's Castletown. 40%, yeah. I think the NA one says it's 50%. Is it 50%? No, it's 40%. Where did I read it was 50%? Must have read it wrong then. Anyways, 40%. Yeah, it doesn't feel like 40%. Hey, Illusion, welcome back, man. How's it going? Why do you need a ton of Magatamas? She needs a ton? I mean, she doesn't need as much as fucking Donzo, though. Jesus. Donzo needs fucking 60. How many does Chiyomi need again? Does she need about 62? No, I think for her skill she only needs like 30. And then she needs a few for her ascensions, but that's really about it. Like, Donzo's way worse, I think, because she needs 60. I don't know how many. I forgot how much. How many Chiyomi needs total though. Could be wrong though. It feels like 30% to you. Damn, I wish I wish I felt the same way. I feel like here I feel like it's like 15, anywhere from 15 to 20%. Doesn't even feel like 30 to me. I'm just gonna assume that I've just been having bad luck, because I know that other people who've been farming this like pretty heavily have been getting pretty good luck with this. I've seen people post like quad Magatama drops before, and I've gotten a triple drop myself too, but not a quad yet. Chiyomi needs 44. Yeah, so Donzo still needs more than her, because I know for a fact Donzo needs 60, and Chiyomi only needs 40 or 44. So take it for what you will, I guess. Yeah, and Rachel needs fucking 72. She's not even Japanese, and she needs 72. I mean, I guess her vessel is, but most servers who need Magatamas are mostly Japanese. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Is Phantom and Double Tam a competent strategy? Not really, no. I'm not sure what you're gonna get done with that. Got that kind of team, but oof. All these silver boxes and not one Magatama. Oof. Let me just pull out this fucking knife out of my chest real quick. $72 stakes per skill is still insane. I think we've seen that already, haven't we? how many bones did King Hassan need? It might have not been like 216 though, actually. Yeah, I don't think King Hassan needed 72 fucking bones per skill, right? Is Areshigal the first instance of an SSR server who needs 216 of an item, of a material? She might be, I don't know. Karn needed 216 hero proofs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so we have already seen it. Excuse me. Magatamas exist. Do the little crab meme. Magatamas are gone. Crab rave. Altera and Vlad need 216 bones. Jesus. Those servants were from so long ago. I forgot they needed that much. But yeah, we've definitely seen servants who've needed 216 of a material before. So stakes were still relatively new when she arrived. That's true, but I mean we're NA, so we have Clairvoyance EX, so JP can go fuck themselves, I guess. Ichika needs 216 fluids, Moriarty also needs 216 fluids, yeah, so we got plenty of instances where servants need like 216 of a material. Hey, we finally got a Magatama. It's been 84 years. It's been 84 years, Cap. What could be a good kit that would make Tamo look outdated? Honestly, that's gonna be really hard, Enzo, because you would need to do, in order to make Tamo's kit outdated, you would need to have somebody who does the same thing as she does, except better. Because already her kit was way ahead of her time. Tamo's NP, all the shit that it does, it was way ahead of its time. I mean, it's still relevant. She's like the main reason why arts teams are relevant, pretty much. Though there are a few gameplay ideas that I've had in mind where it would give. I wouldn't say it would make her kit look outdated, but it would give her it would give her NP a run for its money, and one of them we already have, and it's called a debuff clear. Tamo's main flaw, if she even has one, is the fact that she doesn't have a debuff clear. So there's no way for her team to deal with debuff clears. Like Merlin doesn't have a debuff clear, Waver doesn't have a debuff clear. You would have to either bring like Atlas Association, not Atlas Association? No, not Atlas Association. What the fuck? Atlas Academy, because that has debuff clear, but it's on a fucking Mystic code, so it has like a 13 turn fucking cooldown. So literally you can only use it once. So like your DPS would need to have like a debuff clear somewhere, and that's not really ideal, because most people who have debuff clears are fucking support servants, right? So you would have to give somebody like Tamo's kit and then a debuff clear on top of it. Or what they could do is, this is not in the game yet, and I kind of want to see as a mechanic in the game, though I'm not sure how well it would go, because this is honestly kind of a game-breaking mechanic, but they could add a new skill effect or NP effect or whatever. And I've talked about this a few times before in my Toho Grand Order videos, where some of my Toho servants that I drafted have this effect. But what DW could do is they could add a mechanic that extends the duration of buffs that are currently applied to your servants. So let's say you cast Charisma from a servant, and that Charisma lasts for 3 turns, as most Charismas do. If a servant has the ability to extend durations of everybody's buffs, that means that Charisma goes from a 3 turn to a 4 turn. And so their buffs remain active for 1 more turn. That would I think that would be one of the ways to make Tamo's kit look outdated, because that would be an extremely powerful mechanic, possibly even game breaking. And honestly, I don't think they should really add that. But I mean, hey, they fucking added Arjuna Altar, so anything goes by this point. Yeah, John has a debuff clear, but then again, she's a tank, so you're sacrificing damage for that. That could be broken. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can see it being abused, especially if it's on like a servant's NP, and you put that in the same thing as Tamo's. Oh yeah, you could abuse that easily. So, I mean, hell, even on a skill too, because Tamo's MP fucking reduces skill cooldown, right? So, that would make assassins servants like Li Shuan, the old one, like the prime single target assassin. Yeah, it would make some servants like ridiculously fucking broken. I mean, I guess it would help people like Lancerly, who only have like 1 turn buffs. So if you were to buff extend them, suddenly they can kinda have their buffs sustainable at least a little bit. Like, I mean, it's already double that than what they can normally do, right? But even still, I can see it being really exploitable. So I'm not sure if that's a very good idea. Have I heard of Mugen? Yes, I have. Is MP1 MHXA efficient enough? She's not gonna one-shot Salter, no. I'm pretty sure you pretty much need MP5 for that. So if you have anything less than MP5, she's not gonna one-shot. But if MHXA is like one of your only options, I mean there's like 3 main options for Salter during Christmas. It's either MHXA, Gil, or Ishtar. So if you only have access to MHXA, then you might as well invest in her, because she's probably your best option by that point. Unless you know you have like support Gils or support Ishtars up. Then in that case, then you know. Basically, I want to make Tamo the god of supports. I mean, yeah, sure. she's already the arts god. Next step, goddess of FGO entirely. Let's just make Tamo absolutely bonkers broken. MP2 MHXA level 100. I think she needs to be higher than MP2, honestly, for a clean one-shot. She might be able to 1 turn with like follow-up phase cards, but 1 shot, I still don't think so. Maybe she can. Maybe. Because I know some people have been doing some calculations for grailed MHXAs for Christmas, and I want to say MP2 is enough for a level 100. MP2 level 100, but don't take my word for it. Ishtar MP5 at MP5? You don't need to. In fact, you can have her at MP1 and Ishtar can still 1 turn. The thing is, though, you need a Buster Crit. And obviously that's RNG, so. MP removes skill cooldowns entirely. Oh, that's when DW's really lost their marbles. buff Tama's morph so the entire party gets an additional 30% defense. Honestly, I would love that. Honestly, that would help Waver stay alive for a lot longer. Double Edge start using Merlin and Raikou for stars on wave 2. Possibly. The thing is, though, is that you still need to deal with face card RNG for getting Ishtar's Buster card on wave 3, though. So, no matter what you do, it's going to be RNG. But I mean, hey, it is a way of making sure you can have a way to kill Salter, right, in one turn. Nice, double drop. Cool. I'm okay with that. Plugging a Shakespeare with broken carp. I mean, hey, whatever you need to do, right? This samurai boy is pretty beefy after all, so whatever you need to do, get the job done. Tama beast class. First playable beast class server in the game. Make it happen. Effective against night classes. How are you doing today? Fine. My day was just, you know, okay. And I came on stream and then it's gotten a little bit better. Nope. Ezekiel, Onigashima will not have a rerun. The game's never had anything like that. It's just one rerun. One rerun is all events get, and that's it. They're gone forever. Unfortunately. Yeah, so if you missed Rider Kintoki, you gotta hope that DW comes out with a way to re-implement old welfares soon. And then wait 2 more years on top of that. I had a lot of work to do in college. Yeah, I feel you. I was the same way. I was the same way. I understand. Feel the pain. Oh, you missed Golden Sumo. Oh, oof. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with Golden Sumo then. I don't know about that one. You're gonna have to make do with something else. We make his day better. I mean, technically you do. Even if I have to deal with a lot of people just being straight up Pepica sometimes. Yeah, maybe Crazy Man, maybe. Who knows? Well, we'll only find. Like DW will let us know what they plan to do with due time. Evidently, word on the street is that DW is working on a way to, you know, make old welfares available again. Still have aerial drive? Yeah, but Golden Sumo is, you know, Golden Sumo. Yeah, Cha-Cha Will's welfare, but you're still in luck, Miguel. She'll come back. She'll come back next year. You're fine. Cha-Cha will still be here. Well, you know, she'll still be back. got one copy of Sumo because you were just making sure to get Kintoki. Yeah, always get the servant first, especially if it's like Kintoki. The CE you can do without. It's gonna be rough, yeah, just because of how just generally useful Sumo is. But you'll survive without Sumo. Without Kintoki though. Napoleon is straight up bait. Oof. Isn't the Halloween scene better than Sumo? In the right applications, yes. In the right applications. Golden Sumo is still very useful though. It's a great CE to use if you just can't decide on what CE to use. Which is a lot of the time. How many Magatamas am I aiming for? I just need 2 more to end the night, to be honest. Because that means I can level up, who is it? Chiome's skills to max, or at least 999. I still need way more though, so I'll just keep in mind, chat, I'll probably be back, or I'll probably stream a lot between now and until Modern Warfare comes out. I'll also probably stream a little bit of Modern Warfare too, when that drops sometime this week. Does Modern Warfare come out Thursday? When does Modern Warfare come out? Like on the 26th, 25th, 24th? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure I'll know when it comes out just by looking at the Twitch directory. Is there a list somewhere that we can see which welfare is no longer available? Maybe. I just don't know of any. Right off the top of my head. Let's see. All right, chat. Let's play a game called Who are the welfares we can't get anymore? Caster Liz we can't get anymore. Kintoki Rider we can't get anymore. Santa Altar we can't get anymore, so there's 3. There's a couple more. Nobu, can't get Nobu anymore. Saber? No, not Saber. Saberliz? Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Now you can't get Saberliz anymore. Yeah, because we just had a rerun. A rerun was a few weeks ago. So there's 5, I think. Yeah. Assassin Skaha, there's 6. Yeah, Assassin Skaha. So there's 6 right there. Anyone else? Assassin Shiki? No, we'll get Assassin Shiki again. Because we haven't, we don't have, we didn't have a K&K rerun yet. That'll be next year. Or in like 4 months or so. Paul, no, she comes back. Paul comes back next year. So she technically has a rerun, so it's not impossible to get her again. So I think it's 6 so far. I think, anyway. Rider-ish? No, you can get Rider-ish on next year. Yeah, so I think it's 6 for now. Yeah, you can't get Nobu anymore, no. Because Gura Gura was one of our very first events. It was an year 1 OG event. Yeah, good point, Drascliff. Because by that point, we'll have enough welfare Cs where you don't really need to worry about Sumo. Even still, having Sumo is really nice. No, Jailter will come back. Jailter is still on the table. Artemis and permanent gacha, yes, she is. She can spook you on most raid ups. Summer Skaha is gone. Crab Rave. But yeah, she's gone. MHX? No, she's a 5-star. She's not a welfare. She'll come back. Either way. Because we need Saber Wars rerun. All the welfares we won't be able to get to complete the list. Yeah, that's one of the major reasons why I didn't play JP, because I knew that by that point, you know, there would be servants that I would just never be able to get. And hey, look at what happened for the past 2 years. DW hasn't put out a way to get old welfares back. So, in that sense, I'm kind of glad that I started out with NA and not JP. Imagine a bronze who use top tier SSRs as arrows to farm. You're all just bomb fodder to me. MP2 Donzo, do you stop? Do you want to stop? Or do you want to keep going? Is it a huge damage jump from MP1? I hesitate to call it huge, but you'll definitely notice it. I guess by that point, if it's a noticeable damage jump, then I guess it is huge. It's just kind of like that for any damaging MP servant, RPG gamer. Like, you'll notice the damage jump going from MP1 to MP2 on most servants, if not all. That's just kind of how it is. Raika, you got Raika MP3? Nice, congrats. Is Tumu MP3 good enough? Given the fact that apparently Tumu isn't that great, MP3 is good enough, I guess. But hey, if you want to go for more, then sure, yeah. How good is Shuten? She is a good rider farmer, because you don't really get a lot of AoE assassins in the game. Like, we only have a handful, and I think Shuten is the only SSR who's AoE. I'm pretty sure. No. Yeah, we have Cleo too. But then, unlike Cleo, Shuten has support skills, because she has both a charm that has a defense debuff attached to it, and it's AoE, and she has a charisma. She has a demonic charisma, so it gives herself MP damage buff. So you can give her an arts buff on top of that, and then she'll actually be able to do really good damage, because she has all 3 buff types going for her. So I would say she's very useful for she's very convenient to use for rider farming, I guess you could say. If you don't want to use her for farming, you want to know, like, oh, how do you actually use her in-game and not just for farming? Her niche is kind of like a stall support, a stall art support, because her MP has a whole shit ton of debuffs, and she has a charm on her, so, and she has her own guts, so that she can stay alive. So you give her a team, you give her Tamamo, and then you give her like maybe another support or another hybrid DPS, or another debuffer, and then you can actually stall out people with Shuten, given that she can use her MP enough times. Yeah, I believe Halloween 3 has magatamas on sale in shop. Like 20 of them. Who's better, Arts Assassin, Phantom, or Shuten? Is that a question or is that a joke? Asterius and Shuten for mega arts memes, mega arts debuff memes. Hi, we're the you're not doing any damage team. How you doing? Da Vinci, Lily, Tam, and Merlin to MP loop constantly. Hey Sage, welcome to the stream. What do you mean we can't use our MPs? So we're gonna have it back next turn. See, look. Oh, and to make it even more ridiculous, Burnout, give Tam and Merlin Prisma Cosmos. What do you mean I can't build my MP up in one turn? Hey Season, welcome back. How's it going? What kinds of Cs are good for Chiome? I don't know quite how, I don't know how good she is at Star Genning, because I know she has a 2A, 2Q deck. Yeah, honestly I don't know. I want to say her Star Gen isn't that great compared to some other assassins. Give for a Da Vinci Lily Prisma Causes too, because why the fuck not? Oof. Can Phantom work in an arts team? I mean, technically yes, but I guess that's all you really need to know, right? Technically yes, because he does at least have an arts MP, and that's what's important. But Cha-Cha good for anything but farming? Not really. She's literally just a farmer. Is Victor good on Raiko? Yes, because she has her own crit star weight buff. What if MP strength upsies could affect could affect support servants? Well, how would it affect them though? Cha-Cha is good for being cute. True. True. What do you mean my MP bar is empty? It's okay, I'll get it back in a turn. See? Servant who do you think is personally underrated? Underrated servant. I mean, I guess there's a lot of those, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't really wanna. I don't know if this is considered. She's considered an underrated servant per se, but Cleo's really fun to use. I will say that much. After using her for like farming and shit, I can see why people. I can see how she can be really good, because her MP gen is actually fucking disgusting. So you can actually use Cleo as your damage assassin, which I mean you kind of already knew she was gonna do that anyway, but like you can use her very effectively as a DPS assassin, because her MP gen is just fucking ridiculous. Because her MP gen, her natural charge stat itself is really good. On top of that, she has a skill that gives her MP charge per turn, so that's 10% MP charge per turn, and an MP generation buff. So it makes her MP gen even better. So that means that if you were to get like a straight AQQ chain with her second skill active, she gets like 60-70% of her bar charge like in an instantly. In like one turn, which is insane. It's so good that even if you follow it up with buster cards like ABB, like she can still generate quite a bit off that too, which is hilarious. Because I think her buster cards are still like 3 hit, so it's actually funny. So even though she's not an arts servant, she can quite easily arts loop or MP loop, not arts loop, MP loop. Of course, assuming things go your way, but hey, it's possible. Why aren't you using Helena's arts buff? Because I don't need to. She's strong enough without it. But yeah, I will say that maybe Cleo is kind of an underrated servant. She's actually a lot better than I thought she would be. Just because her MP charge gain is so good. I mean, I haven't actually used her in like a serious fight or anything, but so maybe I could be completely fucking wrong, but yeah, her MP gen is insane. It's actually insane. I guess the only real flaw with her is that she has IP, and we all know what IP does. IP, Imperial Privilege. For some reason I can't say that phrase smoothly. Imperial Privilege, there we go. Intellectual property. She would refund really well if it weren't Buster. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Have you seen Caligula's setups? Yes, I have. Caligula is actually disgusting. Because if you think about it, his deck is ridiculous. Like, all those buffs on one servant, that's like, holy shit. Because Caligula's first skill gives him 30% attack buff. His second skill is IP. I believe it's A rank? It's Imperial Privilege A? So he gets a 40% attack buff off that too, if it connects. And if it does, that's 40%. And he's got like a 50% buster buff for one turn. That's as fast as Ishtar's third skill, which is her delay buff, which is on a 3-turn cooldown, by the way. Though he does lose he does lose HP off it as one of the demerits. So yeah, he can actually do like fucking absurd damage. So yeah, I've seen the Caligula setups. They're really funny. Because you wouldn't think a free-to-play servant would be capable of that, but Caligula is. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Draslov, there are going to be quite a few servants later on who can give buff success buffs, but for now, Ozzy is our only one. Lakshmi's buff success also lasts for 3 turns. Ooh, cool. Very cool. Is there ever gonna be another Berserker like Kentoki? Kentoki Berserker? No, I don't think so. No. If there will be, I'd be very surprised. Oops. Okay, Chioma is done. That's another servant crossed off my list. Oh, forgot to level Tomoe's skill here. Zerk Juno. Oh, he's gonna be instant MP5, yeah. Oh, you bet his ass is gonna be an instant MP5. Can we get Ryder Santa this year? Nope, she's gone forever. Gone forever, Pepe hands. But yeah, Arjuna Alter is gonna be instant MP5 for sure. Where's Chioma? She's an assassin, right? She's been down here. Where to get that uniform equip? You mean this one? Anniversary, Annie Blonde? You go to... shit. You go to the shop, scroll down to exchange rare prisms, and then look for this. Right here. The Anniversary the Anniversary Blonde Acquisition Quest. Because you need to buy it from here now, you do need to have 5 rare mana prisms though. That's the bad part. If you don't have 5 rare mana prisms yet, you gotta get those. Otherwise you can't get it. But if you can get 5 rare mana prisms, one of the first priorities I would recommend you do is grab Anniversary Blonde. This is a very good Mystic Code. Top 3 in my opinion. Top 3 Mystic Code. So you have to grab that, but you're not done yet. You have to grab this from with 5 rare mana prisms, and then it unlocks it so that you can get it from the mana prism shop itself, right here. So once you unlock the rare mana prism option, once you unlock anyone from rare mana prism shop, RP shop as we call it here, then you have to go over into mana prism shop and then buy it from here, all 5 copies, which is 5,000 mana prisms total. So not only do you need 5 rare mana prisms, you also need 5,000 mana prisms in order to get it. Good luck, but that's how you get it. It'll be a grind for sure, and you also need to get lucky with the rolls. Or look for servants to sacrifice. Who's getting on the chopping block tonight? But no, seriously, just pray you get spooks or something. But anyways. Any blonde? Oh yeah, that's right. It's a fucking. I was thinking of a CE. It's not even a. It's Mysticos aren't CEs. It's late at night. My brain is full of Pepega right now. Okay, so just ignore the second half of what I just said. You only need 5 rare mana prisms. You don't need any of the regular mana prisms. Just unlock it and go do the quest and boom, there you're done. All that 5,000 mana prism shit that I was talking about, that applies to CEs only. Which, in other words, you don't care about because you didn't ask for C's. You only asked for Mystico. So yeah, just grab 5 rare mana prisms somewhere and then just unlock it and then do the quest and boom, you're done. And go level it. There's been a theme with the summer servers and some of them have resembled mechs. Yeah. Yeah. Every... Was it every? Who was the mech summer server for first summer event? Forget. Did we even have like a mech-ish servant in summer 1? Because Tama Lancer isn't, Murray Caster isn't, Ruler Martha isn't, Summer Skaha isn't. Ann and Archer Ann? No, not really. Yeah, there wasn't one for Summer 1, no. Jet Ski Musashi will also be MP5. Well, she's a summer servant, so yeah, I'll try to. Is Chiome usable? She's usable, but... Like, there are better single target options, single target assassin options. Why don't you max out a servant's skills? Cause you can't farm lores. The only way to get lores is by getting them through like events and shit. You can't farm lores. If there were a way to farm lores, then yeah, I would max skill literally everybody in the game. But that's not possible, so. That's why I only go up to skill levels 9, and I reserve lores for people that I either like or I feel like they need, because they have like really important skills or something. All right, Lunar Lark, thanks for stopping by. Have fun with CS:GO. How good is Miyu? I hear she's pretty good, but her whole 3k HP demerit thing is kind of it's kind of an oof. So. Would you play a fighting game with Tamamo? Are you talking as in if I had an IRL Tamamo with me, or if Tamamo actually existed IRL, would I play a fighting game with her, or are you saying would you play a fighting game that has Tamamo as a playable character? Because I would say yes to the former, but no to the latter because I suck at fighting games. I would rather watch them. But, I mean, hey, if Tamamo actually existed IRL and she said, hey, let's play a fighting game together, then yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, DW gave Kama some huge fucking bias there. No doubt about that. Yeah, word season, word. A lot more important things, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna call it a stream because I just wanted to farm enough magatamas to get who is it? Chioma to max skills, and I think I've done that. So, anyways, I will be back. I think tomorrow. I want to say because I wanted to stream magatama farming for at least a little bit before Modern Warfare drops. Let's see, when does Modern Warfare come out? Modern Warfare release date, October 25th. Oh, Google even tells you it's straight up in the search bar. 25th. Okay, it's this Friday. Okay, so we got time. All right. So yeah, I should be back later on this week, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. For more magatama farming, so y'all can come back for some chill grinding streams and whatnot. So, but now I gotta call it a stream. Got work tomorrow, so yeah, I gotta go to sleep at some reasonable time. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll toss you guys over to X0's stream. He's streaming right now, I'm pretty sure, so you guys can hang out over there. Yes, save that. Alright, raid's good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. So, yep. Take care, guys, and have a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you guys are. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.